So I just got done with what we call here at Inner Strength our monthly laser focus meeting. And in our laser focus meeting, we sit down and we create a life by design. And I wanted to just riff a little bit about life by design and kind of what that means. So on the path to choosing health, to choosing a happier, healthier life, doing the things you love with the people that you love, you really need to start to focus on creating a life that you love, which is a life by design. If you've seen anything that I've created about stress and anxiety and owning the transitions in your day and being able to create positivity, being able to create a life by design. It's not just a life by design, it's also a life that you love. And a life that you love is a life that you don't try to escape. So I was using the example this morning of that for a long time leading up to what I do today, making this video today, doing something that I really enjoy doing. I enjoy helping people become more healthy. I really started to have to focus on not having to escape the life that I'm creating. And I think a lot of times we come from a place as humans of that we need growth from wherever we were brought up from. And a lot of times we strive to be more successful than our parents. And success to our parents is not success to us. And I think a lot of times on the course to creating whatever it is that we call success, we start to build a life that we think that we need to escape because, generations before us didn't have the luxury of creating a life that they love, a career they love, a body that they love. It was just an old school workers' mentality of creating a life that is good enough. And a life that is good enough is something that we watched our parents before us try to escape. But as we start to create a healthier life, we need to decide that we need to take control of creating a life that we love and a life that we can promote the feelings that we want to have. And what I mean by that is creating feelings that we want to have is not reaction emotions that if somebody says something to us, we react. A feeling of a life that we create is something that if I want to feel positive, if I want to feel productive, if I want to feel empowered, I need to be able to be aware of times whenever I don't feel that way, and times when I feel stress and anxiety. And I know that stress and anxiety is just a trigger for me to sit back and be the person of positive, empowered health that I want to be. And so really, along this path, I think a lot of times we look for outs. I think we look for ways to escape this life that we are creating because it feels unnatural. And I think that when we look at stress and anxiety as a teacher of being able to stay the path, and when we look at stress and anxiety as being a teacher of growth and being accepting of that every failure, every stress and anxiety moment is a moment to learn. And when every one of those moments presents itself, we look at it as life happening for us and not to us. I think that we start to become a lot more empowered as a person to live that healthy life that we don't need to escape, that we don't need to try to distract ourselves with social media or with other just non-productive habits, drinking or partying or stewing on negative thoughts or judging people or judging ourselves or, just fostering feelings of negative emotion. I really feel like it's something that when we focus on the growth opportunity, when we focus on each lesson as a health lesson, and not just as something that happens to us, but something that happens for us, we can start to overcome more of the stress and the anxiety, and we can start to create more lessons for ourselves that we know when we feel stress and anxiety that we are the keeper of the next step, that we are the person who takes the action, that we are the person who can create our life and our feelings the way that we want to feel and take the actions that we want to have to be able to create a healthier life. So I know this is kind of like a big abstract kind of thought, But I think if we set it into an example, so let's say you want to create a healthier life, you want to lose weight, you want to gain strength, you want to feel energized and positive and empowered about yourself so that you can create a better life for not only you, but your family, and take the next step for you to be able to create a successful life, whatever it is success looks like to you, in your health, in your wealth, and in your relationships. When we start to be able to foster a feeling of action, and when something we catch ourselves, because no matter what, along the path to that, there will be resistance. And when we feel resistance, but we use that resistance as an indicator that we can take the next step. So let's say I want to be healthy, but somebody wants to invite me to go have pizza, beer, wings, whatever it is, every week, right? Every once in a while, that's health, right? Every once in a while, I can go out and I can enjoy those things. But not every week, and certainly not every day or every other day. I can take this as an opportunity to learn how to say no to people, because often the most unhealthy people are the people who say yes to everyone. Nurses, doctors, go into a hospital and recognize how much anti-health there is in a hospital, and it's amazing what you can see. Learn from those lessons, so we can learn to say no to people, which teaches us to be healthy. And we don't need to want to escape that by going with those people, because we know that we have the power to feel positive. And when we feel anxiety about saying no to those people, we can use that as an indicator to start to take healthier action. So somebody who goes out for pizza, wings, and beer every week asks me to go with them, and I say yes sometimes, but I say no more often than not. When I say no, I'll feel bad about saying no, but I will then go out and I will go get my workout in, and I will go, make a healthy meal, or go out and get a healthy meal, treat myself in that way. That's a healthier taking action, creating a life that you love kind of thing, and I will, then focus on the positive effects of that whenever I'm done. That I still get to create a relationship with people that I enjoy being around. But more importantly, I put myself first so that I can have an opportunity to do what I want most. So I say no to the things that I want now to create the life that I want most. So I say no to going out for the unhealthy food. I go and I do a healthy routine. I exercise. I eat healthy food. I focus on positive feelings that I write down what I feel good about in that day, and then I can go and I can build off that. And it all started from a trigger of being proposed with an opportunity to say no once, to say yes to myself and my health. And when I use that as a learning opportunity, when I use that as a growth step, when I use that as a trigger for me to create a life of purpose, a life that I love, a life of success, then I continually make progress every day. And I hope, like I said, this is going to be a riff. So if that makes sense to you, realize kind of what those triggers are in your life, what causes stress, anxiety, fear, depression, and find out what life are you trying to create? What do you find yourself trying to escape on the life that you create? Because you want to be healthy, but maybe you put yourself in your way. You put your fears and your anxieties in front of your own way a lot. And what will happen if you say no to those fears? What will happen if you just take the action anyway? What will happen if you say no to some people in order to invest more time in yourself so that you have more time later? If you look at it in that way, I think that you can continually grow on your course to a happier, healthier life. And if you want help creating a plan for you to be able to have that if you want a plan to be able to create that happier, healthier life, I can't say it, to create that happier, healthier life, I'd be glad to hop on the phone with you and to help you create that happier, healthier life. So you can email me at Ryan@WadeTrained, WadeTrained. Check me out on Instagram, Coach Ryan Wade. Check me out you're obviously looking on YouTube, Ryan Wade, and I will be more than happy to help you create that life by design, the life that you want, the way you want to feel, the life that you deserve.